Tottenham Hotspur 2, Manchester United 2.
Yeah, not the end of the world in terms of result, but I think you know, point away from home at Tottenham, quite often you'd take it. I just think that might be it for the title race. I think we've got to gamble a bit more often. I think winning games is a lot more important than getting a point or not being beaten. And they're harping on about us being unbeaten for 13 games or whatever it is, 12 games. But there are a few draws in there, and I just don't think it's good enough to win the title at the moment.
But White Hart Lane is a tough place to go. It'll be a tough place for lots of people to go. Should we be happy that we just didn't lose?
The result of City didn't help us. I mean, them going there, losing 6-0, they wouldn't have been very happy at White Hart Lane if they'd lost to us today. So maybe that contributed to it. I thought Rooney was brilliant. I think we might have missed Giggsy coming off the bench for the last 20 minutes or something in midfield because, to be honest, Cleverley and Jones haven't got that much industry and creativity. But yeah, not losing, and the fact that we are in London, so there's a lot of Spurs fans around, is I guess, satisfactory.
Are there any players you thought who didn't perform today, who didn't turn up?
Not really. I think Cleverley sort of put his standard performance in, a lot of hard work, but he just doesn't quite have enough either athleticism nor skill to be good enough to be a full-time sort of United player. I thought the guys who came off the bench didn't have enough time to really make any difference. I perhaps would have started with Nani on the left, although I thought Welbeck getting him back in the fray was a good thing.
He won the penalty. Won, if you know what I'm saying. He won the penalty.
I guess you could say he left his leg in, but it's a foul all day, wasn't it? For their free kick. Same thing, for their free kick. So,
what do you think of David Moyes? Did he do the right things in terms of substitutions in the starting lineup?
Yeah, I mean, you can't rely on Giggsy week in, week out, can you now? I mean, he is 40 years old, so the fact that he's our best midfielder is perhaps a result of not doing enough in the summer. But he picked the lineup, the best lineup he could, really, and it just wasn't good enough today.
Let me ask you this: Fellaini, £27 million, doing nothing again, just sits on the bench.
Yeah, he's not a midfielder though, is he? He's not good enough to play in that central midfield position. I think at Cardiff, the reason we couldn't keep the ball is simply because he's not good enough to keep the ball. And the sooner Carrick comes back, the better. He's more of a target man, I think, Fellaini, and I just don't think he's good enough for United at the moment. But maybe he'll prove me wrong. Do
you think David Moyes has worked out that he's not good enough, which is why he's not played today? Do you think it was a waste of money?
I think Moyes was sort of pressured into buying somebody. I mean, there'd have been a riot if we hadn't signed anybody this summer, but we'll see with Fellaini, we'll see. I mean, he needs to get his confidence up. I think the fans need to stay a bit patient, but I'm sceptical.